Great question. I think we need to hire people less on their IQ and more on their EQ, more on their values, how well grounded they are, how good team players they are, how well they relate, and what kind of, do they have the self-awareness? Do they have a good sense of themselves so that they can, they understand it's not all about me, it's about we. And as long as they're hiring leaders and putting leaders in place that think it's all about them, we're just going to have more upsets and more destroyed corporations. It isn't just on Wall Street. That's what happened to General Motors. That's what happened to the old AT&T. We've seen a lot of companies go down because the leadership was not focused on how to build a long-term institution. Well, I would do a much greater in-depth assessment of his values and his emotional intelligence, send him off for a psychological assessment, which we do before we hire people. So we're promoting someone internally. Shouldn't they have it too? I think it's totally appropriate. 360 feedback, one of the best things that's ever been created. I made a lot of hiring, I made a lot of promotional mistakes because I was basing them on my impression of the people. And some of these people look very good upward. They could do a great job making presentations. They always are on top of their game. But when you went down and talked to the people that work for them, they couldn't stand them. And I'll tell you, the people will always tell you, a 360 evaluation is one of the most important tools that any organization has. Goldman does this religiously. Medtronic does, Novartis does. I think it's essential that companies do this. I always did it as CEO. I got an evaluation from my executive committee. It was always considerably harsher than what the board said to me. Well, it starts at the top. It's the CEO's got to want it. At that same Davos meeting last year, I had Jamie Dimon on a panel, and he told a story about a woman that said to him in a management meeting, Mr. Dimon, we need one person on your staff who's a truth teller, who tells you the truth at all times. And he said, well, with all due respect, if I have only one truth teller, I need to fire the other 9 people. I need 10 truth tellers. Everyone's got to tell the truth. See, he creates that kind of environment. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. I had people come into my office and tell me when I was going off base, off track. And they helped me stay on track. They helped me realize what was going on. You need people like that. And if it doesn't start with the boss, it's not going to start further down. I think you've got to have that and then spread it throughout the system. And the strong firms have resilient management like Johnson & Johnson, like McKinsey, like Goldman, like General Electric, have this kind of system where they do very good a job on performance evaluation and feedback on a regular basis and straight up, honest conversations.